Hello everyone. So this is Mike once again here. So in this tutorial we will be focusing on the basics of reverse engineering using Ghidra. So today we will be focusing mostly on how to perform reverse engineering using Ghidra on a C++ program. So I decided that we will do this basic so that you can be able to know how to tear apart the program so that you can see its absolute code that will make you be able to know the actual program at its development level. So if you go advanced, then we can do the harder stuff, but I just wanted you to see how we can decompile the executable so that you can be able to see it at its code level. So now we've got Ghidra. If you remember, Ghidra is a reverse engineering tool that was developed by the NSA, and now we will be having it. If we can come here, then we can see this is the simple executable for Linux. If you can fire up the terminal, then you will be able to see this is an executable simple program, so that we can be able to see this is the file that you can be able to check. Now I won't be able to executable this program now because I just wanted you to see how we can actually see the code and then try to figure out the functionality without actually executing this program. That is what we refer to as static reverse engineering, or in malware analysis we refer to that as static malware analysis. So we just try to figure out what the code can be able to is capable of doing without without actually running the program. Now we've got this program, and then we have Ghidra right here. So for us to run Ghidra, what we can do is to fire up the terminal so that we can be able to execute Ghidra for Linux. Now we have got Ghidra right here, and then we have already created a project right here. But even though we have created the project, what we can do is we can also delete this project, so, or we can import a file in this project. Now for us to import the file right here, what we can do is to import file, and then let me come right here so that we can be able to see. So this is the simple program. What we can do is select file to import. Now the file, you can see language is right here, and then this is an L file. Now what we can do is to just press OK. Now this can give us this information about the executable. This information can be actually very important because you can see inclusion of C++ libraries and the compiler stuff right here. But what we can do is to just press OK. Now Ghidra is ready to browse we are ready to browse the program code. So for us to do that, what we can do is to just drag this right here. Now we are waiting. All right, then there comes the message, simple program has not been analyzed. Would you like to analyze it right now? Yes, we want to analyze it right now. So now it's time to have the options that can be beneficial to us. Now what we can do is to just tick these ones so that we can be able to have as much analysis as possible. Now you can be able to also check right here. Then let's apply and then analyze automatically. This will have to analyze our portable executable. Now in some coming malware analysis or reverse engineering, videos, what I will do is to start by telling you mostly about these headers right here. But as for now, what we are going to do is to go straight to the reverse engineering part, so you can be able to see what actually is contained inside this program, even though what we can do is to browse right here, so that we can be able to know where we can be able to start. Because one thing that we have to take care of right here is the entry point, which is very crucial. Now this is the assembly language browser, and then we also shall be able to see this in bytes or in C. So the C will help us to browse the C++ version of this, or the C version of this program. Now we also have the strings. If you remember my video on the strings, you will actually remember that the strings that are contained inside this program, because when the program is executable, remember that there are many things that are included by the operating system, that includes the libraries or the DLLs if it is Windows. So there are various things that are required for the program to run. So now what we can do is to try to figure out some information right here that can be beneficial to us. So if you go to these strings right here, what you can see even GNU, ELF, so it can tell you as much information as possible. Yours is to just pick up the most crucial ones upon your reverse engineering or malware analysis. This program is not actually a malware, but it's a program. You can see now there is it can tell us that it's election management software. So if it's election management software, there is another another string right here, which is enter your name, first name, enter your last name, enter your current age. You qualify to vote at national elections, you cannot participate in the national elections. So it can give us some hint that maybe someone will enter their details so that they can test whether someone is able to vote. So we need to confirm whether it is the case or not. Now you can also see that this string, there is a stroke tab in C++ or in another programming language. Then you'll remember that this is, \t means it has to print it with a tab. So now what we can do is to come here to the imports. What we are hunting for is the libraries that were used by this program. And now you can see the C standard library right here, which is a C++ standard library for the programs to be able to run. And then we can also see the libgcc, which is the compilation stuff right here. Now what we can do is to go to the exports and then try to figure out, because if the program has got functions, we can be able to identify right here, as well as the main function. Now without wasting more time, we can also identify the main functions as well as the C++ commands, such as start, cin, cout, all that stuff. We can be able to see that the cout and cin were used right here. So for us to be able to figure out inside here, we can see the main function. So upon our ability to see the main function, we can come to the C, such that we can be able to know what actually is taking place right here. Now what we can see is the basic OS stream, which is the input and output stream. If you remember the header files of C++, you will remember this. And then we can also see the variable of string type, which is now local 68 and we don't actually know what actually this is containing, but we can know that the data type is actually a string. Then we can see another string of then we can also see the integer type. Now it's time for us to try to figure out what is actually going on here. From there we can see that there is election management software. So for that matter, we can see standard.basic stream, which is an operator, these two operators. Now if you see these operators, you can even comment so that you can know what upon your analysis what you can see. Now from there we can see that this is an operator. Then from there we can also see another operator right here, and then after this operator then we can see that there is a cout C++ command which allows or which prompts the person to enter their name, and then after this we will have to expect that there should be cin. So after cin, let's try to do some basic analysis. So for us to be able to see, let's try to check now. Then we can see an operator right here, and the cin and the local 48. So this is the first name, which means this should be changed. This variable should be changed to first name, something like that, or name one, whatever type of variable you want to name. So now what you can do is to try to check this one, and then let's try to let's not come here. Then we can come here and then try to rename this variable and then name it first name. So it will change this globally. Now we can also see the last name, which means for us to come here so that we can be able to rename this variable. Maybe it's called last name. Yes, so you can know that this is the string, and if it is the string, we can edit this data type so that it can actually be string. Now let's try to, yes, now this is the string data types as well as the integer of the variable that we don't know. Now for us to be able to see that, then you can see enter your current age. So from there is a cin operator, and then we can see the variable upon this statement. So now what we can do is to rename this variable to maybe current age, something like so that you cannot forget easily. Now from there what we can do is to check from there we can see if current age is less than this, what we don't know, this hexadecimal file, this the hexadecimal string right here. So we need to find out what this actually is. So for us to figure out, I think we can use Python, or we can go to hexadecimals so that we can be able to know actually what is going on. So we can copy that and then open up the terminal. Then after opening up the terminal, what we can do is to open up Python 3. Sorry, now we can open up Python 3, So let me minimize this, so that we can be able to know what actually is taking place right there. So what we need to find out right here is Python 3. So we have fired our Python 3. So for us to be able to know what actually is taking place on that hexadecimal file, we'll use the int function. It's a built-in Python function that will help us to come up or to pass this string in hexadecimal, such that Python can give us the so that Python can give us the integer or the decimal version of that hexadecimal. Now what we can do is int, so that we can pass this, so that if the syntax is right, now we can see that this is actually 18. So which means what we can do is to copy right here and then open up Ghidra. Now we know that if current age is less than 18, print this statement. Now what we can do is to we know that this hexadecimal now is 18. So for us to do that, what we can do is to sort of let me try right here. Let me check the no, let me not come here. So let's try to let me commit all the local names right here first. So now that we know, which means because we've got the we let's try to test this first, so that we can be able to know. We know that current age, let me check, you cannot participate in the national elections if your current age is less than 18, else you qualify to vote for the national elections. So which means it can be able to just test whether your age is 18 or not. So which means it makes sense now that you can be able to know if your age allows you to be able to vote. If you are less than 18, then you cannot vote. So this is the case. So we have actually solved this problem right now. So this is how it looks like to be a reverse engineer. So the program is actually pretty simple, but what we can say, what we can do now is to try to sort of make sure convert this program so that it can look like C++ once again, without, because now the program during its writing, it was not like this, but to make us see the program in action, what we can do is to just come here and then be able to run this script. But in a malware analysis class, you cannot execute the malware on your operating system. So I just wanted to confirm whether, so this is the program. So this, let's make an example. This is me, and then my age is 12, so I cannot participate in the national elections. So let's try to also run it again, and then try to first name is yes, so like so, and then let's see, my age is yeah, 34. So now it can tell me that I qualify for the national elections, which means we are able to solve the problem. So these are the Ghidra basics, so that you can be able to know what is actually cooking right here. If you like this video, please share, like, subscribe. This will make me make more content. Thank you very much for watching this video. Peace.